and privilege to address you at the occasion to reevaluate the performance of the driving school standardization program and chart the way forward. 3 other workshops are taking place in Ibadan, Kano, and Owerri. In 2006, based on strong evidence that drivers' training and certification in Nigeria was not regulated and therefore contributing to the breeding of unqualified drivers on our roads, the driving school standardization program was established to bridge the gap. Its consideration was, however, conceived with considerable entrepreneurial focus aimed at ensuring upholding best global practice in driver education, training, and certification. To obtain a driver's license is of 4 stages. The driving schools, this is private sector driven. Then the VIOs, who carries out the driver's testing, and the state BIR and IRS, where the payments are made, and the Federal Road Safety Corps that handles the database administration and the capturing. And after the capturing, the driver's license are badged to the state's BIR. There's an urgent need to tackle the challenges facing the first module, that is the driving school administration. The driving school standardization program seeks to regulate the activities of driving schools in Nigeria with clear-cut procedures for driving school operations with the following ingredients: requirement for setting up of driving schools, procedures for establishing driving schools, driving school certification, uniform curriculum for driving schools, driving instructor certification. Under the DSSP, driving schools are assessed to ascertain the quality of facilities and trainers deployed for driver education and training. The assessment provides for different levels of certification, after which driving schools can officially engage in driver's education and training activities. Under the scheme, a driving school that compromises the minimum standards operating procedure set by FRC shall have its certification suspended or withdrawn. However, a decade after, the DSSP is at crossroads, facing a number of challenges, including the following: relentless attempt at hacking into the DSSP portal to gain unmerited advantage for driving schools applicants, worry by many Nigerians on the quality of driver training and certification, more worries by citizens about license touting arising from the knack for driving schools breach of the driving school standardization program processes and procedures, infighting and rivalry among driving school operators in the states leading to unhealthy rivalry, non-adherence to the rules of engagement, and outright deceitful operation of the state committees of driving schools registration, leading to approval of non-existing and substandard driving schools. General non-cooperative attitude of driving school operators to be properly organized for better operation and regulation in order to ensure best practice is maintained. I submit that the driving schools have not lived up to the required expectations, and this is a very sad development. Safety on the roads starts with the driving schools. If the would-be drivers are not properly handled, then the carnage on the highways will then increase, and hence this workshop. Currently, FRC record indicated that the status of driving school stands at 1,450 certified, with 960 adjudged to be running effectively, while 124 have been suspended due to compliance breaches. It should be noted that 510 driving schools were not accredited due to non-compliance with the standards. During this workshop, the Corps will take a holistic approach on the DSSP value network. It will profile comprehensive and enduring strategy to rejuvenate it towards ensuring effective functioning of the program that will enhance road safety and also continue to offer assistance and guidance to driving school operators in order to channel them towards innovation and efficient investments. It equally seeks to continually offer the highest safety and security standards, building a strong safety culture crucial to driving schools operation. It is the last point for road safety that I want to focus on, since that is the main fulcrum of all intents and efforts tailored at sectoral development of the nation. Permit me to also point out one of the issues plaguing the driver's education, training, and licenses in Nigeria. Still remains the need for the states to establish model driving schools. Aside from very few states that have established one driving school each, many states do not have this, and also the driving range, in spite of its viability and the lead roles that such schools can play in driver education and licensing. States should be in the mainstream of road safety from the grassroots, especially in view of the measurable value addition of driving schools to state development, including employment opportunities. Each state of the Federation is hereby prevailed upon to establish at least one driving school per senatorial district to begin with as soon as possible. I must commend governments of Lagos and Bayelsa states in this direction. Nigeria must build a strong road safety culture, as this is crucial for the core and should be the same for all players in the road sector. I'm delighted to see so many top operators from the industry present here today. It must be sounded, however, ladies and gentlemen, that the core will continue to sanction erring driving school operators who violate the driving school standardization program rules. All the driving schools must comply with the full standard requirements. Failure to do so, the license shall be withdrawn and blocked from the portal. And the deadline for this is 60 days, which will end by the end of September 30. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to see the turnout of the driving school operators here today from the North Central on this driver certification and certification issue, and I believe we'll be able to discuss all the critical issues. I want to reaffirm the core commitment to rescue the reign of intimidation and sharp practices among the driving school operators. Let me thank the Department of State Services, the Director General, for its diligence and swiftness in duty execution each time the call came knocking at their doors for case investigation and culprits arrest. I'm also grateful to other security outfits for their continuous support. I also thank all the school operators and our stakeholders who share the FRSC objective and are willing to be part of our achievement. We express our full commitment towards the nation through nation building, because the driving school administration is very critical to safety on our highways. Finally, the government of the Federation, the court, deserves the court's gratitude for remaining resolute to achieving all values relating to road safety in Nigeria. These commitments are being exhibited by its organs, prominently led by the Office of the Secretary to the Government of the Federation and the Federal Ministry of Power, Works and Housing. On this note, I thank you for being here and listening, and I welcome you to this workshop. God bless.